So you were Sunni
I
Muslim.
was Sunni and Wahhabi, but
Okay.
I was not aware that I'm Wahhabi. That I am, affected with Wahhabi ideologies.
Yeah.
But we were just thinking, like maybe what they are teaching us is these are the facts, and this is right to do. So
And
when
you know about Shia that you should
by
hate them.
then, yes, they were teaching us that we have to hate them. They were creating that enmity in our heart and telling that wherever you find the Shia, you can cut his or her head so that you will enter Jannah straight. So we had these intentions. We had these intentions. And on top of that, there was also some other, things, bad things like trying to blaspheme Shia. So I was saying that, among Sunnis, when they are reading Quran, they don't take it seriously. Though,
Just for reward.
yeah,
Sawab.
yeah. Like I can give you an example. When I became Shia,
And then later tell me how it happened that you.
okay, I will tell you. When I became Shia, and finding these ayahs or looking to these ayahs which are mentioning about Shia, like in Surah Al-Qasas, about Musa alayhi salam, the word
من
Shia.
شيعته.
I
من
don't
شيعته وكان
mean
من
that.
عدوه.
Yes, I don't mean that the
Yeah,
sect
yeah.
itself.
Just the word.
Just the word. When I found this word that it is in Quran saying that هذا من شيعتي وهذا من عدوه فوكزه الذي من شيعتي, or concerning Hadrat Ibrahim alayhi salam, yes, ومن شيعته إلى إبراهيم, Surah Safat, and even in Surah Maryam also. I was very, surprising, saying that how come this word? When I hear this from one of my sheikh, I said, no, it can't be like that. In Quran, there is no that word. While I've been reading Quran several times, I've memorized it and I've been, repeating each and every time Quran, but it couldn't reach in my mind that there is such a word.
At least there
But
is
the
a
name-
word.
At least there is a word itself talking about Shia. So I was very surprised. Hearing that. So it's when I started, it gave me that courage to go further on, researching.
You understood that your understanding of Islam is not deep.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not deep really. Why I didn't even understand about this word. While them, the Sunnis, though they know Arabic and they went to Saudi Arabia to learn there, but the way they translate this word is totally different. They were saying that, the meaning of Shia, it means a certain group which is not, a certain group of non-believers.
Not followers.
Not followers.
Yeah.
That was not the meaning I was,
Like
hearing
the
from
word
them.
Shia, is a bad word.
It's very bad way.
Ah.
That's it. So to that extent, that if you hear this word, you will start, getting angry when you hear, and you don't even sometimes want to hear this word being mentioned. So this
It was a kind of insulting.
really, it was just kind of insulting. So I think you have asked me about how I became Shia. When I was in this house, I'm memorizing Quran, they were telling us a lot of lies about Shia. And we were thinking that, yes, this is right. And this is the way Shia it is. Like that they used to, the prayer for stones, like their stones, their gods, something like that.
They worship like
meaning
that.
turba, yes.
That turba.
Yes, they are worshipping turba. Or about mood eyes. They were talking in a certain way that you get, angry with that explanation. And also about wudu, about Quran, they have their own Quran. So until we reached in that extent when my sheikh was talking about this hadith concerning 73 groups. The same sheikh who was telling us a lot
there are 73 groups,
about
so you should
Shias.
find the
Yes.
right one.
Yes. So when he was explaining this hadith, it comes to my mind asking myself, if it's like that, if this hadith is true, so which group among all this group is right? Which one is right among these groups? So this question remained in my mind, and I thought of asking him if I find the time so that he can explain more. Alhamdulillah, we had also a special class whereby we were using to ask questions and our teacher were answering. So I raised this question asking that in one day you have said that there is 73 groups, and our Prophet said that my nation will be divided, my ummah will be divided into 73 groups. So please, can you tell me, because we see here in our country we have these 3 or 4 different groups among Muslims. We have Qadiriyah, we have, they call it Sukoti, but they are Wahhabiyah. By then we had Shazliya, something like that. So I was asking him, here in Malawi we are 3 groups. So can you tell me which one is right? If you were saying that there is 73 groups, because what I know only is that we are Muslims, but you were saying that among Muslims there is all these groups. So here in Malawi we're 3. Can you tell me what is right among these 3? He was not able to give me
why
a
you
correct
say
answer.
this one is a
Yes.
correct one? Yeah.
So he was saying that as long as you believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you believe in our Prophet, and you did shahada, and you pray, you fast, you give alms, you perform hajj and whatsoever, so you are right person, you are in a right group. I said that, but all these groups, they do the same things. Shazli, they do the same. So can you tell me the difference between these so that I can really know which one is right, so that I have to follow? He said, don't ask a lot of questions, please. Just do what you're doing. You're right. Okay. Up to here, I said, okay, no problem. But still, I was looking for the real answer. This answer was not sufficient for me.
No, you didn't get the answer yet.
Yes, so I had to go further. You can't believe, from the very same time I started asking Allah in my prayer, in each and every prayer,
To guide
I
you.
used to pray and ask Allah to guide me to that right group, to that right path. I was saying, oh Allah, if there is such a group which is right, which is going to get that salvation, please can you guide me to that right group? So this was my dua in each and every time. But at the same time, I had that hatred
For Shia.
to Shias, saying that, okay, if I find Shia, I will kill him. Shias are not good. And when I was going to for holiday to my home
Even
village,
they are not from these 73 groups, they are covered.
yes. So even when I was going for a holiday, I used to propagate among people. I used to teach people that there is Shia and there are Kafir, they're doing like that. But the very same time, I was still asking Allah to guide me to that group. So it was a holiday time, and I went to my home village. There was a sheikh who was teaching at the Islamic Center of Malawi, related to Jami' al-Mustafa, and the school which was known for Shias by then. So I didn't know that my father had a connection with him, had some classes with him. They were doing like discussion. They had discussions.
Okay.
That Sheikh Hassan Banda, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala him with a lot of contests because he died now. He passed away.
Okay, Allah
Yes.
yarhamah.
So he used to have discussions with sheikhs in our area. Like
Okay.
my father was one of big sheikhs. Even the books were sent to him from Saudi Arabia each and
Okay.
every year. He had
And
a
Sheikh
lot of,
Hassan was a Shia.
yeah, was Shia.
Okay.
So my father started discussions with Sheikh Hassan until he became Shia, but I was not aware. that
He didn't
is
tell
Shia.
you.
He
Okay.
didn't tell me. And at the end, he thought of sending me to Islamic Center of Malawi for Shia.
He wanted you
Yes.
yourself
Yeah.
go and.
He talked to Sheikh Hassan and said that please can you invite my son to your school so that he can be part of the sort of students. He has to be there to learn. And by then I also needed to learn Arabic language because in this house we were only memorizing Quran. So Alhamdulillah, I went there to Islamic Center of Malawi. But before that,
You
before
learn
going
Arabic?
there, yes. Before that, I also met one of my uncle, whom he was also, having some teachings or taking some knowledge from Sheikh Hassan. He was also learning from Sheikh Hassan. His name is Hassan as well.
Oh.
So when I went there, we had a special program in our mosque. Each and every day, one of the students who are still learning has to come to teach people what is all about Islam, like the way of performing salat, the way of doing ablution, wudu, and different things. So it was my turn after salat al-subh. I had to explain for the prayers. For people. I have to explain for them about how to make wudu. So he already, heard something from Sheikh Hassan Banda, my uncle, about wudu, the way she has do.
And the different understanding from Quran.
Yes, from Quran. So when I finished my explanation and we came out from the mosque, he was saying that yes, your explanation was very good. It was very good and not any mistake. And he said that, but you know that that is not the real way of doing wudu. That's not.
It's not according to Quran.
Immediately when he said that, at the same time he congratulated me of how I explained for people.
Yeah.
He praised me, saying that yes, that was good. At the very same time, he's changing his ways, saying that this is not the way of doing ablution. I got angry. Instantly, I got angry, and I said that how come you are talking like that? That is rubbish. I started talking. It was like a quarrel between me and him. So it can't be like that. This is right. The way I was explaining, this is right. I said that can't you look, all the Muslims, they are doing the same. This was my proof now, like an evidence. You see, all Muslims are doing the same. From the beginning of our childhood, we were seeing people practicing like this. This is the way people are doing wudu, and this is the.
It means we should follow the majority.
Yes. At last he said that, but what I'm telling you is from Quran. I said, from Quran? I don't think so. And I was angry at that time. I didn't even want to listen to him. I said, I think after that, after our quarrel, I went home thinking that we were fighting about wudu, but what was he saying? It comes in my mind.
Let me check the Quran and think.
So I said, let me check the Quran if it's true. And that ayah is very simple. It's very simple. It doesn't have that difficult, phrases. So I opened the Quran and I said, oh, yes, this is right. إذا قمتم إلى الصلاة فاغسلوا وجوهكم وأيديكم وامسحوا برؤوسكم. Immediately I went to him saying that, please, can you tell me the way how to do this wudu? If it's wiping, so how do you do? Can you show me? So he was not much aware about how to make this wudu. During when he wanted to wipe, he used to take some water and pour on
okay.
you know. So this was the way he was telling me. So I said, okay, from now onwards, I will be practicing this wudu because I found that it's in Quran. So as a Muslim, I have to do the way Quran is telling me. So I will be doing this wudu from now onwards. And from here, I was doing this wudu, thinking that this wudu is right. While this wudu, the Shias are the one who are practicing this.
Okay.
At the same time,
And you didn't know.
I have that. At the same time, I have that hatred against Shias.
You do like Shia, and at the same time you hate them.
I hate them. You see. So after that, I went. Oh, before that, he told me if you go back to your school, that house, Ahlul-Sunnah, for Ahlul-Sunnah Jama'ah, if you ask your sheikh, will get angry because if he knows that this is Shia, teachings, he will get angry. He said that you don't know my sheikh. How come you are saying that this is the way he's going to react? I said, I know. So I went there and I asked the sheikh, there is this kind of wudu, there is wiping and doing that. At the same time he got angry. He said, how come you're saying that's such rubbish? This is not the way we do wudu. You know how we do wudu? This wudu is for Shias. Those people I told you that they are these are bad people. And these people are those whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran, في قلوبهم مرض فزادهم الله مرضا ولهم عذاب أليم بما كانوا يكذبون. So please don't ask such questions, and don't ask questions a lot, and even our discussions end there. So here again I couldn't have a sufficient
Evidence and answer.
So I had to go to find out what is
the truth
about what is the proofs and what are the evidences. So I was looking to in order to have the answers of all these questions. So it's when I went to Islamic Center of Malawi. When I reached there, I heard that this is for Shias. So I went. Before I put my bag in my room, I just put outside of the mosque there. I went to the mosque to check if it's real that they have their own Quran, different from what Muslims have. So I went there and I checked. They started opening Quran. There was a lot of Quran in that mosque. So I started checking Quran, opening. It's just the same. Starting with Surah Al-Fatiha, ending with Surah Al-Nas. It's just the same Quran what I have memorized there. I checked and said, no, this is not true. This was all false. So I said, no, it's not right. They were
so
just,
you doubt that?
Yeah, I started doubting. And I of course, I found that this turban. I was saying, I found the stones. These are the stones that they were talking about. Let me ask. So I asked my Sheikh Hassan Banda. Alhamdulillah, he had a good explanation, and he helped us a lot in order to understand what is about Ahlul-Bayt. So he started telling me, giving some evidences from Sunni books, and at last I understood that this is not. It doesn't mean that we worship we worship stones. And he was even saying
we
that
do sajda on them, not
on
for
them. Yes. So even he was using, some. He had a special way of explanation. He was saying that if we are doing prostrating, if we are prostrating on the stones, for them it means that we are worshiping. What about them? They prostrate on the carpet, so it means that they are worshiping carpets as well. So there is not any different. We are worshiping stones, they are worshiping carpets, they are worshiping whatever they are putting for sajda. So I understood there, yes, this is right. But at the end I understood that this is the right way of doing prostration with the evidences he gave me. So from there is when I started understanding things until when it comes to the Majalis of Imam Hussein. It gave me a lot of impact in my belief. So from there, when I heard a lot about Imam Hussein, because I only knew Imam Hussein with the name that Al-Hassan Hussein Sayyid al-Shabab Ahl-Jannah.
Always repeat
Up to
this,
here.
and we don't know
Yes,
anything. Yeah.
he's a grandson of our Prophet, and he's a Sayyid al-Shabab Ahl-Jannah here. But I was telling the story. That was the
What happened to them and nothing.
Nothing I knew about him. But here is when I understood now a lot of things. And gradually I say that yes, I am Shia now from now onwards. And I was, very happy when I was seeing that each and everything, it had an evidence. It had a proof from Quran, from,
Authentic
hadith. And
yeah.
he was giving a lot of evidences, even using wisdom, so that we can think. This made me to be now a real Shia, and from there,
a real
I
Muslim,
said
we
that
can
yes,
say.
and from there, it's when now I started, understanding things, learning more, in order to know more about Islam.
To first to choose and to accept anything with evidence.
With evidence.
Not following blindly.
This is what I was. This is what made me to be firm in this sect. That whatever we are saying, there is a proof behind. There is an evidence behind.
Yes.
And this is very important to.
This is what the Quran says. Always invites us to think. أفلا يتدبرون أفلا
قل هذه سبيلي أدعو إلى الله على بصيرة أنا ومن اتبعني. Even they were refraining us from listening what Shias are saying, but we see in Quran there is also some
وبشر عباد الذين يستمعون القول.
Even talking about some problem or some problems which made people to go to hell, saying that
because they didn't accept and they just follow blindly their parents and ulama.
The dwellers of Jahannam, they were saying that قالوا لو كنا نسمع أو نعقل ما كنا في أصحاب السعير. While these Sunni ulamas, they were telling us don't listen to these people. Quran is encouraging us to listen, to hear,
listening
and then we have to choose.
Yes. What is
good or what is better.
Yeah, thank you. And you see, this is the way that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide. When you really want the truth and ask and pray, at the end Allah doesn't send from the sky someone, but He made a plan for you and show you the way. So at the end no one can say Allah didn't guide. No, if you really want, Allah will guide you.
And that my uncle who told me he's not Shia now, he's Sunni, because some position among Sunnis.
He doesn't want to say.
Yes, he's now enemy, Shia enemy. When I go back to my home village from Islamic Center of Malawi, he told me that I heard that you are Shia now. Why is it like that? So you will end in hell. You will end up entering in hell the day of judgment. I said that if I will enter into the hell, you will be the one. You will be the one, and then I will come after you.
That you told about the wudu.
Yes, he asked me, why are you saying like that? He was very angry. I said that you told me about wudu, and I started at the same time making that wudu you told me. So which one is going to be the first?
Okay, shukran.
Yes, that's it.
It was a nice
Okay,
story. It was nice.